Most people are constantly chasing what's new, the latest fashion, the latest opinion, the latest viral moment. But then there's another group, quiet, often misunderstood, people who simply don't care about trends at all. They don't follow the crowd, they don't rush to keep up, and they don't feel left behind. And if you've ever wondered why, the answer lies deep in psychology. Think about it. Trends are driven by social validation. When something becomes popular, it creates a subtle pressure. Everyone else is doing it, so maybe I should too. This is rooted in a psychological concept called social conformity, the human tendency to align our behavior with others to feel accepted. But people who ignore trends, they operate differently. They don't rely on external validation as much as others do. Instead, they have what psychologists call an internal locus of control. This means they make decisions based on their own values, beliefs, and preferences, not based on what society expects from them. While trend followers often ask, "What's popular right now?" these individuals ask, "What actually matters to me?" And that simple shift changes everything. One of the strongest traits you'll notice in people who don't follow trends is a strong sense of identity. They know who they are, or at least they are actively figuring it out on their own terms. Because of that, they don't feel the need to constantly adjust themselves to fit into social waves. In contrast, people who chase trends often experience something called identity diffusion, where their sense of self becomes heavily influenced by external factors. Today, they like something because it's trending. Tomorrow, they drop it because something else takes its place. But trend-independent individuals, their preferences are more stable. They don't change just because the world does. Another interesting psychological factor is their relationship with time and attention. Trends move fast, very fast, and keeping up with them requires constant attention. Scrolling, watching, comparing, updating. People who ignore trends often value their mental space more. They are less likely to get caught in the endless loop of comparison and consumption. This connects to something known as cognitive load. The more decisions and information your brain has to process, the more mentally drained you become. By choosing not to engage with trends, these individuals reduce unnecessary mental clutter. They simplify their lives. And in a world full of noise, that's a powerful advantage. But here's where it gets even more interesting. People who don't follow trends are often more resistant to peer pressure. This doesn't mean they're stubborn or antisocial, it simply means their decisions aren't easily influenced by group behavior. Psychologically, this is linked to higher self-confidence and emotional independence. They don't feel the urgent need to belong at any cost. Because for them, belonging doesn't come from copying others, it comes from being authentic. Now, that doesn't mean they don't care about anything. In fact, it's usually the opposite. They care deeply, but selectively. Instead of spreading their attention across everything that's popular, they focus on what truly interests them. Whether it's a niche hobby, a specific idea, or a personal goal, they invest deeply rather than widely. This depth over breadth mindset often leads to greater satisfaction and even mastery. While others jump from trend to trend, these individuals stay consistent, and consistency is where real growth happens. There's also a subtle emotional benefit here. Following trends often comes with a hidden anxiety, the fear of missing out, also known as FOMO. It creates this constant feeling that you're always one step behind, always needing to catch up. But people who don't care about trends, they experience much less of this, because they're not playing that game in the first place. Instead of FOMO, they often experience something psychologists call JOMO, the joy of missing out. They're comfortable not being part of everything. They don't feel incomplete just because they're not involved in what everyone else is doing, and that creates a sense of calm that's rare in today's fast-paced world. However, it's important to understand that this mindset isn't always easy. In a society that rewards conformity, not following trends can sometimes lead to feeling like an outsider. These individuals may be seen as different, out of touch, or even boring by others. But here's the truth. Being different is often the price of thinking independently. And psychologically, this independence is a sign of strength, not weakness. In fact, many highly creative and innovative people share this trait. They don't follow trends, they create their own paths. Because when you're not busy copying what exists, you have more space to imagine what doesn't. And that's where originality is born. Another key factor is delayed gratification. Trend culture is built on instant rewards, likes, views, attention. But people who ignore trends are often more comfortable with long-term thinking. They don't need immediate validation to feel satisfied. They're willing to wait, to build, to grow at their own pace. And over time, this patience often leads to deeper success and fulfillment. So if you're someone who doesn't care about trends, or if you've ever felt like you don't fit into what's popular right now, there's nothing wrong with you. In fact, your mindset might be giving you an edge. You're less distracted, more focused, more authentic. And in a world where everyone is trying to be seen, you're choosing to be real. And that's rare. At the end of the day, trends will always come and go. What's popular today will be forgotten tomorrow. But your identity, your values, your direction, those are things that last. So instead of asking, what's trending? Maybe the better question is, what truly matters to me? Because the people who ask that question are the ones who don't just follow the world, they quietly shape it. Before you leave, here's something interesting. If this video made you think even a little differently, that's your brain craving more insight. So go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe, because this channel is all about understanding the hidden psychology behind human behavior. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think, or suggest a topic. Your curiosity might shape the next video. And share this with someone who loves understanding people, or maybe someone who needs to understand themselves a little better. Now click on the next video on your screen. Your mind will thank you for it.